Yeah. Yeah. That was a whole mouthful. So what are some ways you think men can get started if they're in a 9 to 5 and they want to just make extra money on the side?
My top two things are, if you're already working a job that requires a skill and you don't have an NDA, you don't have a non-compete, why don't you just start off freelancing that skill? You already have all the knowledge. You already know how to use certain softwares. You already know how to use different things. You already know how to talk to people. You know the language. You know the lingo. So you could do that as your side hustle. And hey, you can grow something real good. If you're good at your job and you like it, do that. There's other things where you could look at different freelancing things. A lot of men can and should have skills of some sort, whether that's woodworking, that's coding, that's, some kind of hobby. You can turn your hobby into something great. But most men have some sort of extra skill beyond their job, beyond something. And there's certain things that the Lord called you to do, but you put it on the back burner, and you shouldn't have. Because you thought, oh, well, I need to provide for my household, and I want that, 6-figure income. So I'm going to stop what God called me to do. And honestly, this could be your call for coming back to what God called you to do. Now, for those who it may not be for, it's just an example of the fact that God calls you and he gives you these gifts, and you can steward them so wisely and teach other people how to navigate those gifts. And you don't have to sit idly. So you can create courses on how to do these things. Like, you could teach people how to play music. You could teach people how to read sheet music. You could teach people how to do woodworking, and you could do geometry. You could do tutoring. You could do so many different things that involve online, and you could do direct stuff. Or you can do indirect stuff where people just buy into your course and they can do it. Like, the less direct that you have to be with people, the less you have to be in person with individuals, the less overwhelming it has to be.
Yeah.
But if that's on your heart, if that's something God called you to do, go for it. Do it. If that's something that you love, do it. But
I know for you don't like being around people when you work.
No, I think that it can be a little bit overwhelming. It depends on the work too, because you'll tell someone something and then they'll think another thing and then they'll ask you 5 times over and you're just like, all right.
Are you talking about me?
No, I'm just talking.
You're talking about me.
No, I'm talking about like when I was at my old job. It
5
was
times over.
It's like, all right.
Sounds like
I
me.
just like when I was at Uncle Tetsu and I was teaching someone how to bake. It's like, bro, like just do it. If you mess up, you mess up. And some people are afraid to mess up. And the Lord has grace. As like we have examples, like in any kind of form of leadership, we should have grace and mercy with people. And so if someone messes up, if someone doesn't do right, you guide them through it. And you show them that it's going to be okay. And so that was kind of an example that I saw in my own life.
Besides the point.
Anyway, so yeah. Yeah, you don't have to be stuck to one thing. You do multiple things. You could also look at examples of what other people are doing. You can go to Upwork, you can go to Fiverr, you can go to even Etsy if you want. You can go to, what's the other one? You can go to WOP, which is WHOP, by the way. It's not the wild
WOP.
one. But you can learn how people are doing courses. You can go on School, which is SKOOL. There's so
Why are
many
you spelling?
Because some people might spell it wrong. If they want to look into it, they can look into it. But, there's so many different things. You could even start just a basic YouTube channel to get your foot in the door with like free information, or even Patreon for paid information.
We've told some of our friends to just even like start knocking doors on the weekends.
Knocking on doors. If you knock doors, people are going to be very upset.
You know what I'm saying. Like, start knocking doors on the weekends and asking, hey, do you need your windows cleaned? Do you need, your lawn mowed? Like, do you need your gutters cleaned out? Like, whatever. Or pressure wash your
in
house.
California, a lot of the people that would have been doing those jobs are kind of gone.
We're not going to talk about that anymore. Anyways, so there's plenty of opportunities out there, to just start doing something. Like, it's never been more accessible. It's never been more. You've never had probably more of an opportunity than now.
We're in a no excuse time.
Yeah.
You can't just say, oh, just because I don't know it, I'm not going to do it. It's like, dude, you have a computer, you have a phone. If you're even watching this video, you have some kind of access to it. Yeah. So you should be able to look it up. So it's like, oh, well, I don't know how to start my LLC. Look it up. I don't know how to do this. Look it up. You have
Yeah.
no excuse to sit around and do nothing. You
Yeah.
know, if God's calling you to do something, if He's calling you to be a provider, dude, like stand up, get up, dust off whatever Cheeto dust is on your shirt, and go freaking move out. Like, do something about it. Don't just sit around lazy. You can't
Yeah.
say, oh, well, I don't really feel like it. You had to make provisions for your household. You can't just let it all dwindle away.
Yeah. And I think like what we're really trying to get at is that you can literally start anything that you can you can literally just start doing anything and start making money within like the first week you do it. Like
Mm-hmm.
I think that's probably one of the most important takeaways is that you can start like today and be making money by like next week. It just depends on like what you do, you know?
If
And
you,
there's always
yeah.
ways to make money.
If
Like
you don't know anything, if you are just, you have no skill whatsoever, by the way, this is still on the no excuse topic. If you have no skill at all you have to do is take whatever money that you do have and put it in the bank, and don't put it in just a standard checking account or a standard savings account. Ask your bank about money markets, or ask your bank about, about certificate deposits, because that'll give you higher yields. No, we're not financial advisors. Are we certified? No, but we know what we do. We know what we need. And so obviously we're going to tell you the right things. We're not going to steer you wrong in that moment. Like, start investing in something. You might not be able to invest in the S&P 500. You might not be able to invest in crypto right away, because that takes a lot of thought if you're going to do it by yourself. But at least do something as simple as putting it in a higher yield savings. Because I know quite a few banks, they'll do 3.5%, 4%. Some even do it 6%, compared to like to your 0.05% yield on your checkings account that's doing nothing for you. And then you get charged minimum rates.
yeah.
There's so many different things
Well,
that,
and you can,
like,
yeah, and it's like you don't have to. This is kind of like off topic from like what you were just saying, but if your excuse is also no time, having no time to do it, it's like if you don't make the time, because it's like most people have the time to scroll like all day or scroll like
how
throughout
the
the
heck did you
day.
find time for this video, dude?
Well,
Like,
most people have the time to like, watch Netflix and do, whatever they're doing, hanging out with their friends, going out to eat. Like during those times, they can study a skill, learn it, and then offer it to people. Like that's literally what we did. We learned a skill, we studied it, then we offered it to people. And it's like before you know it, we have, multiple skills under our belt and like multiple services to offer and multiple skills we can teach people. And, I think another something that's also really important to keep in mind is like you don't have to be like an expert in anything either. Like you now with like AI and the ability to just uh, have like access to like all of the internet within like one question to ChatGPT because it's pulling sources from every single part of the internet.
yeah.
Yeah, so it's like within one question in ChatGPT, you could literally like, what was I getting at here? I was gonna say
If you
you
have no
can
skill.
learn, you can become an expert with that. Like you don't need to know everything about a topic. You can just share valuable, package it, and share valuable information for
And at the
people
same time that
to
you're sharing it with
dissect.
other
Yeah.
people, you're learning it too.
Yes, but also like you can share it with those people and then they like that information is obviously like really good PhD level correct information and then they're able to like use it and apply it to their own lives
Mm-hmm.
and you're able to like sell product and it's like I think that's like obviously
As long as you hold integrity and you're not
yeah
just selling some junk piece of information that makes no sense, that
yes
doesn't benefit anybody, but you're
yes
making money off of it. That's
make
so,
it quality
yeah.
obviously but it's like and we are coming out with more like courses and stuff on this like how to actually sell digital products online which is like what we've literally been I guess how long ago did we start there was like 2022, 2023, 2022.
I think it was 2023.
Something where it's like, that's where I first discovered digital products and the power of digital income and the ability to create something once and then sell it multiple times. It's something where a lot of people don't really realize the potential that you have just in your course. I don't know. You don't really realize the potential that there is out there to just make passive income.
Yeah, and when we're talking about passive income, we're not talking about like, oh, you just need to make money and just make money and keep on making money and then serve money. Like, it's not about greed. It's not about serving money. It's about being like, it's about holding your provisions up to the Lord. It's about being honorable. It's about doing these things for God, right? Like I'm looking down at Matthew 6:33, and it really just reminds us that we need to seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added to you.
Yeah.
So what you're doing is going to be very impactful as long as you seek him first. And it's not only going to impact other people's lives, but your life. And it's going to show the true integrity that you hold, because that's going to actually... Well, honestly, it's not just going to show your integrity. It's going to show God's integrity, because he's amazing. He's got everything for you. He holds you, and he protects you. He comforts you. Everything he provides for you.
Yeah.
And when we look back at provisions, because all these online courses are so amazing, but we're not called to just survive, right? And that's where the beauty of online stuff is that we no longer have to be in a survivalist mindset. Now we could be in a provision mindset.
And prosperous.
Yeah, because think about it. If you're just surviving, what about your family? What example are you showing? Like if you have children, or if you have nieces and nephews, if you have cousins, whatever, what example are you showing them by sitting idly and being in survival mode?
Yeah.
Sure, like there might be a time where you need to survive to get things up, to be able to move forward and everything like that. Sure. But what I'm saying is like only being in survival mode, having no glimpse of what it looks like to be a true provider. And it's like you need to show them the example that you are willing to follow God so closely. You are willing to fight to make sure that your family is taken care of, to make sure that you are holding the integrity that God has for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That you're not falling apart at each little turn, that you're not just sitting down for every single break that you can find. It's like, imagine you're trying to run a marathon, but you sit down every 20 steps.
Yeah.
You're not running the marathon. You're just being freaking lazy and somehow getting through 26 miles, and that's going to take you 50 years to get through. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You're not going to do it. So you might as well sit down for a moment, pray to God, take that rest that he called into your life, because he brings the rest that you need.
Yeah.
Take that moment that he talked to you, that you talked to him, and run with it. Because he's not just letting you sit idle, or he's going to allow you to do your things, right? He's going to allow you to mess up. He's going to allow you to do things. He's not going to control you like a robot. But he's not just going to have this calling that allows you to sit down for things to happen.
Yeah.
There's going to be moments where you rest and you look at the great things that you have and the great things that you've accomplished with God. But it's not the fact that you're just sitting there. It's the fact that you've accomplished things. That's where the rest comes from.
Yeah.
Does that make sense, or was that just a bunch of rambling?
No, it makes sense. I think, you really have, if you think about it, there's nothing to lose. There's nothing to lose here. There's nothing to, the only thing, this could only benefit you by starting something. This is just, I think this video is really just this podcast is really just, this podcast episode is really just motivation to start that thing you've been wanting to start. And
wipe
feeling
off the
it
Cheeto dust from your
on your heart and just do it. Why not? Obviously within reason, don't quit your job right now. But start it. Instead of doing the other things that you're doing and wasting your time, start doing what you need to be doing to improve and start your business.
Yeah, if you really want to quit your job, make sure those side hustles that you're starting start paying your main hustles, because then and only then will you be able to provide. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
If you wanted to quit that job. So
Yeah.
make sure those are built up. They're funding you really well. They're providing for your family. And then you can go ahead and say, you know what? I know the skill. I know I'm not called into this place. You know,
Yeah.
Lord, show me how to how to make my way out. You know,
Yeah.
do it respectfully, do it honorably. Don't do it like some like, oh, screw you kind of mentality.
Yeah.
Do it with honor and show people the love of Jesus even on your exit.
It's like, I think for you, it's like the best thing that happened to you was getting laid off.
Yeah.
I'm not the best thing that I'm the best. I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. God's the best thing that happened to you. But I'm saying like, the best situation to have happened was that you got laid off, because now look at how far you've come in the past 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like you've literally like done so much with your life, and it just started from just deciding to try something new and learning a skill. Like that's what you did. You just decided to learn a skill. And also it's kind of me being like, we have to do that, we have to do this, but it's like you did it, you know what I mean? Like, and you're still building, but it starts somewhere, you know? And sometimes people start looking into businesses because they got laid off or they got fired and they want to just start their own thing. And sometimes it's like they're not feeling called to that place anymore and they're going to try to do something else on their own.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's just a matter of like needing to like switch things up and improve. And, you know, maybe you love doing what you do, but you want more freedom.
Think about this, like maybe that little side hustle that you're going to start that has to do with the skill that you're already working in.
Yeah.
Imagine now you run an agency of that skill. Now you're running that big corporation and you're running it with God in mind.
Yeah.
You know? And now you're flipping the script. Now you have a healthy environment. Now you have all these different things laid out.
Yeah.
You know?
And maybe you love what you do already, but you just need to make more money.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is just where it's like, start something on the side. And that's that, you know? It's like, there's, yeah, we're going to probably be making another episode on like really detailed, like maybe segment by segment of like how to get started in certain things, like certain things that we've tried before.
Mm-hmm.
And also like marketing, how to like start, because I think that's the most essential thing you can do for your business is learning how to market, especially when you have no money in the beginning and you need to be able to fund your business, you know? So it's like
another part on the no excuses before we finish the episode is if you go on, I think it's Upflip, that YouTube channel, there's a couple guys who do their own window washing services and they literally start with $15 in their pocket. They buy the equipment, then they go to the house, and then they make the money, and then, hey, look, I can get better equipment. And they have this whole growth, and they're able to grow the business within a couple days.
Yeah.
You know, to something that's fully just running amazingly.
Yeah.
So you really do have no excuse. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, this is where we end, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.